So for those of you who, I don't know, I don't even know how to start this video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kat. This is Mr. Pumpkinhead. Cue the Halloween music. I used to work for a theme park, and for 3 seasons I would just scare people, and that was my job. So I have a list in no particular order how to have the most fun when you're in a haunted house. Number 1, make sure you want to go. Don't force anyone to go. Don't, think that, oh, I'm just gonna go because just to prove something. Like, make sure you really want to step inside this house. There are things in a haunted house that will absolutely terrify you, and that might not be the actors. It may be the sounds that are coming from speaker. It may be the animatronic that's working in the background. It may be the senses, the fog effects that will, trick your mind into thinking that there's something behind there, and you really, you have to be in a state of willingness to go into a haunted house because it's better that way. It's much more fun that way. And another thing, don't bring your kids to a haunted house. There are things that they can do during the daytime that are not as scary, and they get candy. They give you candy during the daytime. We don't give you candy, we just give you nightmares. You get these kids that are either terrified, crying, and you have parents that also think, don't scare my kid, and you're like, you brought them into this space. Okay, so that was like a long number 1, but number 2, don't touch anything. Don't touch the actors, don't touch the scenery, don't touch the blackouts, the security people that are there to help you. Don't touch anything, right, Mr. Pumpkin? There was literally a thing where somebody pulled something off a table and the prop that was on that table got damaged, so we had to take that out. And literally how the conversation went was the supervisor and the guest, sir, do you realize you're not supposed to touch anything in this maze? Yeah. Sir, then why did you touch it? I don't know. What? You have no idea how much work and effort is put into creating these beautiful scenes. 2.1. Don't touch the actors. Sometimes people hire minors, and when you go touching them in certain places, your butt will end up in jail. 3. Don't bring anything inside. The only thing that really should be going through a maze is assistive devices like wheelchairs, electric scooters, things that help people with mobility issues. Number 4, don't ruin the atmosphere. You go in and you start making weird wailing noises, pointing out the scares, saying, I see you! You're kind of ruining the experience for the people in the back of you and the people in front of you. Let the other people have a chance to sort of get acclimated to the maze. Number 5, try not to drink too much. I know y'all just want to get turned. People bring drinks inside the maze, and that's a liability because, you could accidentally spill it when you get scared. Don't buy a drink and then try and walk through a maze because the line kind of moves really fast. Number 6, refrain from trying to get the actors to break character. I can guarantee you that people just get annoyed with you or stop paying attention to you and scare the other person behind you. I can't even count how many times I've been hit on in makeup. Like, a person would come up to me and I'd hit that, and I'd be like, why? I look like I'm dead. Like, my little quip would be like, oh, so you're into necromancy? They would just, people would be like, hey, give me a number, girl. My response would be like, Scrub is the guy that thinks he's flying, is also known as that guy. Number 7, please don't try and scare the actors. Resist the urge to scare the actors or to scare other people in the house. That's our job. That's what we're being paid to do. We'll scare them, and then their friend will scare them, or their friend will scare them, which takes out the opportunity for us. Oh, the blackouts that work in the mazes are fantastic people. They're not there to scare you. You can't get scared from them. They're literally there to just guide you through the maze. Blackouts are amazing, and they will save your lives. Do not move the curtains. In some mazes, there are curtains in place where there are escape routes, basically leading to the outside of the maze. These curtains will be opened when, there's an emergency and people need to evacuate the maze, or someone will pop out as a scare tactic. Know when to request to leave. If you're really terrified, you're just super overwhelmed, you can leave. I promise you, we won't, judge you. It's like, we don't want anybody to get hurt. Get one of the blackouts or one of the security people, notify them and say, hey, we want to leave. I want to get out of here. Please get me out of here. And they will do their best to escort you out as quickly as possible. Don't spoil it for people. Don't go out of the maze and see the line and be like, there's a chainsaw guy at the very end. Really, really important. Don't run. Walk through the maze. Don't run. You could slip on something, or you might miss a step and trip and fall on your face. With that said, don't dawdle. Oh, an important thing. Don't record people unless you really have specific permissions from the park itself. Or if you're part of a media group, don't try and record or at least please turn off the flash. It sucks.
So this is kind of when my camera died, but I wanted to tell you about flash photography and how it's not allowed in most mazes. There is enough light for you to guide your way through the maze, and there are people there to help you. So please, as a courtesy to us monsters, turn off your flash.
As fun as this job was, there would be times when guests would just be outright rude. And it's like, don't waste your ticket, because we're here to provide fun for you. It's a great experience for the people that, appreciate it. You have scarers that have been working like 20, 30 years in this business, and they know the ins and outs of Halloween and how to scare people, and they deserve so much respect. And it's not really, sometimes it's not about the money, it's about how you entertain your guests. I believe that people choose to do the jobs that they do out of passion and not for financial stability. We have this saying called serious leisure, where you put your heart and soul and you're all into it, to the point where you could potentially get emotionally, spiritually, physically hurt, but you just love doing it. I've met scarers that have been in seasons for 10 plus seasons, and they love doing it. They love interacting with guests and making them like scare and laugh and just entertain them. There's a reason why these rules are in place, and it's to help the atmosphere and to maintain that scary, terrifying atmosphere that we all want to enjoy. We want to make sure you're okay, so that way we can do our best to help. We scare because we care. Yeah, that's literally what we do. This is Halloween, pumpkin screaming in the air at night. This is Halloween, everybody make a scene. Go, hey, what's coming down right? Every time there would be a... Okay.